All right, more on doping and cycling and reaction. Myra's here with sports.
Yeah, Hudson didn't really surprise many people, but Lance Armstrong has finally admitted to doping while riding to 7 Tour de France victories. The disgraced cyclist spent more than 2 hours with Oprah Winfrey yesterday, taping an interview that will air Thursday and Friday, bringing an end to almost a decade of deceit and denials. Well, the interview took place at a hotel in Armstrong's hometown of Austin, Texas. He reportedly told Oprah he took PEDs for the first time during his recovery from cancer in the mid-90s. Armstrong has already been stripped of those record 7 tour titles and has been slapped with a lifetime ban from the sport. It's a sport he helped introduce to North America and turned cycling into big business on this side of the Atlantic. Bill Fry, the owner of Trek Bikes in Victoria, knows firsthand the effect Lance has had on cycling.
Working in the industry when he was in his heyday, he put cycling on the map, and in turn he inspired older cyclists, new cyclists, and now as a result we have these Tour Victoria, we have these Grand Fondos popping up, and these people who are looking for a different avenue for exercise have a target, have a goal. So he's inspired hundreds, thousands, millions of people.
We don't know yet the extent of his confession, but he's reportedly ready to testify against others in cycling that helped cover up his past. Unearthing the dirty side of cycling has just begun, but Fry says the future is safe in the hands of today's top riders.
We have people like Ryder, and we have these guys who are coming up now, Bradley Wiggins, who are clean, you know, they're testing and testing these guys and they're clean, and you can see it in watching the sport. It's not like it was. So, and I think these are the people that the kids are going to look to.
Do we leave Lance Armstrong alone now?
Yeah, I think so. And, you know, we're pretty quick to forgive the Michael Vicks and, you know, the Plexico Burris and these guys. So yeah, I think, you know, he's accepted it. So we move on from it and get back to him being a cancer survivor.
But not every cyclist is so quick to forgive Armstrong. 4-time Canadian Olympic cyclist Kurt Harnett says Lance has had ample opportunity to admit to doping, and that repairing his legacy starts by giving back to this sport.
As a person from the sport, I hope that there's some action on his behalf and in taking all that money that he stole from his competitors, turns it around and says, how can I make the sport better? How can I make it better for everybody? He's got a lot to do if he ever hopes to. And I think, you know, it's probably egos that's driven him to this point right now. That ego that brought him to the top of the podium in the most unethical of ways in Paris at the Tour de France is that same ego that's kind of driven him to say, you know what, I got to confess because I don't like my life this way. It's not the Lance that I know.
Single game tickets for the Vancouver Canucks 2013 season went on sale this afternoon. But if you're hoping to see David Booth on the ice, best to wait to purchase your ticket. The Canucks have lost their second-line winger for 4 to 6 weeks. Booth is out with a groin strain. Ryan Kessler is recuperating from off-season shoulder surgery. Mason Raymond is the only second-line holdover at camp. Well, the Victoria Royals know all too well what the injury bug feels like. They are still missing 5 players from their lineup. They've called on the services of some of their draft picks for their midweek series with the Kamloops Blazers. Wingers Michael Bell and Regan Nagy will make their debut tonight with the Royals. Coach Dave Lowry is expecting big things from his rookies.
It's not going to change our game plan. We're going to incorporate these young guys in. Moving forward, they have to understand that this is a great opportunity for them, a chance to see firsthand what it's going to take and what it's going to be like to play in this building and be a Victoria Royal.
It's a very huge jump. I'm expecting it to be a lot more fast out there, and obviously the guys will be a lot more stronger because they're a lot more bigger and stuff, so be a lot faster. So I don't know, I just got to work hard and try and keep up, and it should be good.
Well, how good would it be to see this guy dressed for the Royals tonight? Dallas Stars all-star forward Jamie Benn remains in Victoria while he waits for his NHL club to come to terms on a new contract. Ben had a career season last year in Dallas in which he posted 63 points in 71 games. He's due for a big pay raise, and that's expected to pay him upwards of $5 million per season.
Hopefully I can get down there as soon as possible, but you know, these contracts, they take time just like the lockout did, and you know, we're working on it every day.
Ben is considered one of the top 50 players in the NHL right now. In fact, TSN has him ranked 39th. That's ahead of San Jose Sharks captain Joe Thornton. Ben is believed to be the new face of the Stars franchise. Dallas has made it clear that they want to see Big Ben back in the Big D.
They have, you know, I've had some few talks with Joe Nieuwendyk, and and he's told me personally, how important I am to the team, and I want to be there and be a big part of that franchise, and hopefully, take the next step into the playoffs, and see where that goes.
Curling fans on Vancouver Island will be getting their fill this winter in February. Save On Foods Memorial Centre will be transformed into a pebbled palace for the Ford World Men's Curling Championship. Today, the Esquimalt Curling Club played host to the world's oldest international curling competition, the Strathcona Cup.
It's an absolute honour to be able to come to represent Scotland to play against Canada. It is probably the ultimate curling tour that every curler in Scotland would like to do.
Billy Howitt and his Scottish Curling Club are being treated to some West Coast hospitality this week. They are touring Vancouver Island, the mainland, and the Sunshine Coast in the Strathcona Cup. Now, the tournament started in 1903, and every 5 years, the two countries get together for a series of friendly games. There's a Western Tour and an Eastern Tour taking place at the same time. Each win is tallied up, and the country with the most points wins the coveted cup. Canada won the last event in 2009.
They can find a good Burns dinner while they're here.
Oh, Robbie Burns,
yeah,
that's
right.
right.
Get them to recite the Ode to the Haggis to us.
I bet you they could do it.
I bet they could.
Quite easily.
Yeah, they know their way around the pebbled ice, too.
Absolutely. Good curlers.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.